I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to build a cigar box guitar. I'm building it for a friend who had my back and helped me out when I was in the hospital last year trying not to die permanently. It's kind of my thank you gift. And I hope it's a good thank you gift. If it's not, at least I tried. I wanted something personal and something that I thought maybe he might actually use. So hopefully I hit the mark. Let me show you what I got. Of course, the most important thing is a cigar box. Not sure how the tone will be. I picked it for pretty. And it is pretty. I picked up two different necks because I wasn't sure which way I wanted to go. I like the look of this one better and it's more finished. It's got a nicer headstock, but I think this one makes more sense. If I'm going to use this one, it's thicker than the box. That's a problem. As for this one, this part will fit under the lid because it's not thicker than the box, as you can see. I've already sort of pre-marked these to line up where I want the bridge to be. So I'm probably going to cut the back part of this off, and then I'm going to have to make a cut inside the box here so that this fret lines up right at the edge. Got my tuning pegs for building a 4-string guitar, so I got 4 tuning pegs. Got a choice of 2 different kinds of knobs because I'm not really sure which I want to go with. This is kind of more classic looking, but I kind of like the looks of these as well. Not picking up on camera, but they've got a nice texture on the side of them and the flat top. I kind of like that. These are grommets for the sound holes, which I'm not exactly sure where those are going to end up. Got the guts of it here, a couple of piezo pickups to keep it primitive and simple. And the output jack, tone and volume, and the saddle and bridge combination. But this will be the first time I do this from scratch, so wish me luck. I'm gonna have to come up with a better camera angle too. Aside from being a newbie at building guitars, I'm also a newbie at filming build videos, so I'm not sure how many of these I'm gonna make in the future. We shall see. Right now I'm just kind of sizing the whole thing up. By that I mean the video and the guitar. Now it's time to measure the cutout for the neck to go into the box under the lid. You'll notice I'm using the most inconvenient measuring tools I have in the garage. And now we check the neck to see, wait, what the heck was that?
ADHD! ADHD! Get back to work!
Now it's time to get back to the neck cutout, which I have to measure on the end so I know where to make the little divot for where the neck goes through into the body. So that's kind of got a neck through design, I guess you call it. Here I'm measuring the thickness of the neck so that I know how deep to make the cutout on the end of the box. And I'll transfer that measurement over with my handy dandy. You know, I bet there's a company that offers specific special measuring tools just for guitars, but I already have this stuff. Like my Japanese saw, it's from China. Ooga, 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 ooga. Ooga, 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 ooga. The nice thing about a project like this is you can wrap yourself up in it so much you forget the camera's rolling. Looks like it fits pretty nicely. You position the bridge by figuring out where the 12th fret is, and then you measure from the 12th fret to the nut. Then you transfer that measurement from the 12th fret backwards, and that's where your bridge goes. Time to remove that extra fretboard material. Ooga, 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 ooh, ooga, ooga. Okay, kids, it's time for your first pop quiz. Who can tell me what I'm doing wrong? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? If your guess was chiseling toward my hand, boom, you win. One Band-Aid later. That looks pretty good. Now it's time to cut off the extra length. This time I did all my ooga-ing off camera.
Wow, it's very nice.
Here I am trying to brainstorm the insides of the guitar so that I can figure out where to put the holes on the outside. And here I'm calculating the distance to the bridge, which I've already done once, but that marking is on the neck of the guitar, which isn't very helpful. I also have to figure out where I'm going to put the knobs. I love tweaking knobs. All the markings for where to cut are on the side of this board that goes to the interior of the guitar body so they won't show. Before I do any of that cutting and drilling, I'm going to attach the neck to the body. For this, I'll use Titebond wood glue and my special glue spreader. Check it out, sometimes I use the appropriate tools. And here I am placing the output jack so that we could send sound to an amplifier. And also creating holes for the control knobs, drilling from the back to the front. And I've also traced out the shape of the headstock and where the tuning pegs will go. And I cut the sound hole off camera because my battery died and I didn't realize it. I wouldn't be me if I didn't misuse tools. This is how not to use a hand belt sander. Time to make some more holes. I'm sure there's a better tool for this too, but oh well. I love that this says handmade, because it is. Well, except the frets. I know my limitations. Time to glue on the nut. A lot of people just use a bolt, but I wanted it to look more professional. I'm using a bolt next time. Wait a minute, is this guy marking the bridge location again? Yes, I am, because last time I marked it on the inside of the lid, now I'm marking it on the outside. Surely you've heard that old expression, measure at least 3 times, right? And now I'm marking for the front of the metal plate in relation to where the strings actually cross the bridge. I know you're jealous of my measuring tools. Since the bridge is wider than the neck, I'm gluing on some hardwood scraps here so the screws have something to bite into other than that thin plywood. Even after drilling pilot holes and using a hand screwdriver, I broke a screw. But these things happen, we just accept them, right? Time to place the tuning pegs. I check like 5 or 6 times to make sure I'm putting these on the correct side so you don't turn the knob the wrong way too. I'm still not sure I got it right. There are little tabs on the back to hold them straight. Please don't break a screw. Please don't break a screw. Please don't break a screw. Well, it functions. All I got to do now is fix the pickup situation a little bit, get it finished and get it glued up, put some decent strings on it. I put the pickups on the neck, which I think will make it way less noisy when it's plugged in, but now I've got all this spaghetti to figure out. Here I'm marking the string slots into the nut, which is really good to do at an odd angle freehand with a Sharpie. This will be important later. Look at Monkey go. Looking around in my spare guitar stuff, I found somebody gave them to me like 20 years ago. They'll make good test strings though. And now it is time for me to undo what I've done so far.
And now for something completely different.
One eternity later.
Let's all go to the lobby. I originally signed it with a Sharpie, but hated how it looked, so I covered it with a sticker later. But I think on future builds, I'm going to still sign it by hand and cover it by a sticker because, I don't know. I like the idea. You got a problem with that? I decided to test it with these strings and hold on to the Ace Frehley ones. Judge me all you want. The age of your strings does kind of matter. If you've held on to them for 2 decades, then, yeah, that happens. It wasn't even that tight. So I guess I'm testing it with 3 strings. That sounds alright. Oh, by the way, off camera, I switched the nut. Because the nut that I'd cut sucked. Look how bad I cut that nut. Also, I cut the high string too deep. Trashed it, unfortunately. It's a 6-string nut. I'm gonna use this center 4 and just center it on the 1st and 6th strings on the edge of the neck. Okay, I'm gonna get the right strings, I'm gonna get all the kinks worked out, then we'll worry about gluing up the body. I suck at playing slide. I was told this was tone, this was volume, but I think they're separate volumes for the separate pickups. So I just leave this one down, I turn this one up. There it is. Handmade.